Welcome to PBI Radio. I'm Chris Guns, and in this segment, I'm going to be joined by Orlando Valle, Puerto Rican sensation who's scheduled to fight Vic Darchinyan in the biggest fight of his career. And if he's successful there, then I think we got a budding superstar in our hands, and he won't have any problem becoming a superstar from Puerto Rico because that island is boxing mad. So let's get familiar with a little Orlando Valle. Orlando, welcome. Tell me about your life in Puerto Rico, and where in Puerto Rico were you born exactly?
I was born in Valle, Puerto Rico. I'm the oldest of three. I have a sister in the middle, and my little brother. My sister is supposed to be 21 next month. My brother just turned 20 last month. We all from the same dad and mom. I started boxing when I was 13. I was always, a sport kid. I always liked the track and field, basketball, baseball. Always loved the sports, but I always wanted to be a boxer since ever since I can remember. I always wanted to be a boxer, and my dad told me that I needed to get older in order for me to get to the gym. And it wasn't until I was 13 years old that I found out a boxing gym behind my school. And I started taking clothes with me to school, and after school I started going to a boxing gym.
And what kind of neighborhood? I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
I'm sorry?
I thought you were done. I'm sorry. I was going to ask what kind of neighborhood you grew up in. Was it a good neighborhood or?
I moved a lot. I lived in different places, but I grew up. I lived for several years in a little project, and then I live in this what we call over here urbanizaciones, which is mean like urbanization. So the last 10, 11, 15 years, I've been living, in a little, nice area. Not middle class, but
Yeah. And you said how you were a sport kid, but were you a good kid? Were you in trouble ever? What kind of?
I'm short, so in school, people always try to pick on me in the beginning, but once I always had this fighter spirit in me, and once I let the hands go to somebody, everybody started messing with me. But I wasn't a troublemaker. I used to fight a lot though, but not because I was a troublemaker. People used to try to bully me, but I never let nobody bully me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I gotta thank my mother and my family the way they raised me, because they always taught me, the right things. Respect women, don't be hanging out with bad people that get me into trouble. And I always had good grades in school, and fighting is just, I have it on my DNA. It's just, I was born to be a boxer, but the way I grew up, I can't complain about it. It's been tough because we have to get it the hard way, but at the same time, my mother and my dad, they always force their ass to find or to get whatever we needed, and I can't complain about it.
Mm-hmm. And so you got yourself into boxing? It was just something you were born to do, or?
Yeah, I remember when I was 7, I watched my cousin Rafael Valle fight on TV, and I saw my dad jumping, screaming, and all hyped up, and that stuck to my mind. And I told my dad, I want to be a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
He told me that whenever I turned 10 years old, he was going to take me to a boxing gym. And I remember on my 8th birthday, I told my dad I wanted to be, that we got 2 more years left before he take me to a boxing gym. And then when my 10th birthday came around, my dad kind of let me down. He told me that I was still too young, that he didn't want to raise me, that I had to grow. And I kind of got, a little carried away, because he kind of disappointed me back then. So I kept on doing track and field, basketball, other sports. And it wasn't until I was 13 that I really found a boxing gym behind my school, and I enrolled myself. I started going on the low. I didn't tell my dad or my mother that I was going to the gym. Till they got me my first amateur fight that I needed to get my boxing gear. And that's when I told my dad. And ever since, my dad and my mother, they always been my number one fans. You know, they supported me. And not only them, but my family, my brothers, my friends. You know, ever since I decided to be in boxing, they been having my back 100%. And every time I step in the ring, I have them on my back. Always.
And how old were you when you first walked in the gym? 13?
13.
Okay. Were you good right away?
Nah, man, I got whooped on my first amateur fight. This kid really put it on me. And I was doing basketball and boxing at the same time, and back then, on the basketball team, we won in Puerto Rico, and we won a trip to the worldwide complex in Florida, and we was gonna go to Disney World at the same time. So I was a kid, I was 13, so I kind of put boxing on the side for a little bit, and I started doing all the things that I had to get done to go to the trip. And I dropped boxing for the whole year. And I went to the trip, I came back, I kept playing basketball. But when I turned 14, everybody grew. Everybody started, meeting, and I didn't grow much. So I started putting more time on the bench. I kind of didn't like that. So I went back to boxing.
And you competed at the...
I haven't stopped.
Say it again?
And ever since I came back, I haven't stopped. I did 126 amateur fights. I only lost 12, and I won many international, national tournaments. I went all over the world, and I'm pretty happy with with my amateur background.
And you competed at the 2004 U.S. Under-19 Championships. How'd you feel doing that? And what happened there? Why didn't you go further in your first? Was that your first one ever? Or not your first? Was that your first tournament ever?
No, you mean in the United States?
The 2004 U.S. Under-19 at 125, under 25.
No, that was actually like my second and third tournament. I won the New York Golden Glove tournament. Then I moved on to the National Golden Glove tournament. And I won the National Golden Glove tournament. And then I went back to Puerto Rico. I came back to Puerto Rico and I fought in the Under-19 National Championship in Puerto Rico, and I won. And then we went to South Korea to the Under-19 World Championship. And over there I got eliminated in the first round. And then I moved back to the States, and I went to the Under-19 National Championship, and I think I won 2 fights. And I lost in the semis in the quarterfinals, and I didn't make the tournament. But then I keep moving on the ladder. Next year I came back and I won the Under-19 in 2005.
And you won the silver medal first at the 04 national title.
At the national PALs, I got two silver medals 2 years in a row, 04 and 05, and they both were controversial fights where I lost by 1 point each year. So they were fights that could go either way. A lot of people thought I won. I wasn't, I'm not a judge, so they thought I didn't make it, so I was still happy with my performance.
And when you won the National Gold Gloves featherweight champion, when you became the featherweight champ there in 04, how'd that feel, winning the Gold Glove?
And honestly, I was a kid. I was 17 years old. I didn't know English back then. I only was in the state for 4 months, and I didn't even know how big the tournament was till I got the ring. Months later, that I got the ring, and I started looking over that, Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, Roy Jones Jr., all these big name Hall of Famers have to go to the tournament. And, mostly more than 50% of the fighters that win the tournament, they make it big in the pros. So that was something that really hit me. But after afterwards. In the beginning, I didn't thought it was that big, but it was good, you know.
Yeah.
It's not easy to be a national champion in the United States.
No, it ain't. You did good, man. Then you won a silver medal at the 05 National Pal. What was that? What was that like? Any better than the first one?
You know, honestly, those 2 years, I really thought, you know, I won the fight, and you know, the people who were there, but hey, you know, I'm a fighter that I do the best of my ability to keep my composure, not losing my focus, and when I lose, I just try to come back better. And then, you know, those were 2 fights and 2 national championships that didn't go my way, but you know, I made it far. I made it to the finals. It was fights that were very close, that could go either way. A lot of people thought I won, and you know, that was enough for me. I was happy, and I just kept training to achieve my goals.
And then you went to Finland, and you won the bronze medal at the Tammer tournament. How was Finland? How'd you like Finland?
Finland, it was great. It was actually my first overseas trip with the United States. And when we went to Finland, we made the news right away because we were a under-19 team. And the people that were in charge of the tournament, they kind of didn't want us to compete because we were young. And in the overseas, they got the cadet competition. They got the under-19s, and then they got the adults. And that was a adult tournament. And they weren't thinking of not letting us fight. But we worked it out, and I got a bronze over there. I did pretty well. And I remember that tournament, you know, Danny Garcia is a junior welterweight world champion right now. We're over there with us. He got the gold. And you know, those are some memories that I always want to have them, man. It was great.
And then in 2006, you won first place at the Six Nations Cup. And
yeah.
How'd that feel?
I mean, it was great. I only had one fight. I had to fight this guy from France, I believe he was. He was very tall. Very tall. He was very tall. The first day he got this kid from Italy, I think, and he blew him out. He really blew him out, like for a lot of points. And I put it together in the finals, and I got the win. I had to work hard, but we did it, and you know, it was Sean Estrada, Carl Dargan, and me. I think that we all got the goal, and I never seen went to the tournament too.
And you finished third place at the National Pal that year. How'd you feel about that? Did you feel
Yeah, that was a disappointing for me. I could tell you that one was it was a little disappointing for me because that was the first Olympic trial qualifier, and I won 3 fights, very tough fights, and then I lost against Walter Sarnoy, which I beat before twice, and I kind of tried to sleep on him, and I lost. I think I lost by 5 points, but it was a loss that really made me focus more and not take nobody lightly, no matter if you beat him before. So that was a great experience that has served me now as a pro.
Then you won a bronze medal at the 06 Amateur Championships. What was that like? Did you feel you won that one?
I think I lost against rest in peace Richie Bartelsar. That was a chess match. Richie was great. He was a slick, fast, good counter puncher, and it was a chess match from round number 1 all the way till last round. It was a fight where whoever made a mistake, he was gonna pay for it. And Richie came out with a win, and he deserved it. He did what he had to do at the end, and you know, it was a great fight. Unfortunately, he passed, but you know, it was another great experience. I got to beat John Lee in the quarterfinals of that tournament. And it was a great fight too.
Yeah. Who did you beat? Saddam Ali?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got him back.
Yeah, you got him back. It feels good, doesn't it? Revenge?
Yeah.
Then you won a gold medal at the 06 Jose Che Aponte tournament. How'd that go? How's that feel? Winning gold?
Where?
At the Aponte tournament?
Oh man, it was sour, you know, because I came to Puerto Rico to represent United States when I was born and raised in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good that I won, but it was sour at the same time because, you know, I'm Puerto Rican, you know, and I was born here, I was raised, and when I was in the podium and they were playing the United States anthem, I felt a little awkward, but at the same time I felt proud because thanks to the States and all the experience that I got over it, you know, that's where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really thankful for everything that the United States amateur boxing system did to me.
Mm-hmm. What was the 06 World Cup tournament like?
Oh man, I got spanked all 3 fights. Almost the whole team got spanked. We went over there at the World Cup, and it was the tough against the tough. You know, it was gold medalists, they were world champions, Olympians, and I was young. I was only 18 years old, 19. And I had to fight grown men, and it was a great experience. I came out short in all my fights, but it was great experience.
Mm-hmm. Then you went to Italy and you won gold at the Six Nations tournament. What'd you think of Italy when you went?
Yeah, that was the other one that I told you.
How'd you like Italy? How did they treat you there?
Oh, in Italy, I loved it, man. The food was great.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, you know what I ate over there? They bring you like a pie, like a cheese pie as an appetizer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they put French fry on top of it. And it was great, man. It was a cheese pie with French fry.
Wow.
And that was back then. It was almost 6 years ago. And I'm craving for it. And I haven't done it yet. You know, I just gotta go to a place to look, man. I want to do some French fry on top of it. That was something that I really liked, you know. Cheese pie with French fries on top.
Yeah.
It was great, man. It was really good.
Yeah, I bet it does. Then you won 3rd place at the U.S. Amateur Championships. Oh, that's the one you talked about. You defeated Saddam Ali. How'd you feel in being a semi-finalist in the 07 Pan Am Olympic qualifiers?
It was I actually didn't make the Pan Am Games. I lost against Rico Ramos in the final, and he didn't want to go. He didn't want to go to the Pan Am Games. He wanted to go home because in order for you to go to the Pan Am Games, you have to stay another month at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado in the OTC. And he didn't want to stay for camp. He wanted to go home. So since I was the runner-up, they asked me, and I was happy to do it. So in the Pan Am qualifiers, they brought 4 guys from the United States and make us box up, and that's what happened.
So what happened to make you decide to turn pro?
Well, I was already 20. I didn't make the Olympics. I tried to come back to Puerto Rico to fight for my country. You know, the USA Boxing gave me the release, but unfortunately, the Puerto Rico boxing amateur system didn't want me back, and they didn't accept me. So I had no choice. You know, I was getting ready to turn 21, and I wasn't going to stay around for 4 more years. And we decided to jump pro. And in April 11, 2008, we did our professional debut in Atlantic City.
And do you remember who you fought and what the result was?
Yeah, I fought Ray Rivera. And he got a draw. He had only one fight when I fought him. And he was a draw. And I knocked him out in the 3rd round.
You remember everything, man. Yeah, you got it, man. Then in your seventh fight, you fight at the Coliseo Roberto Clemente. How'd that feel to fight in there?
It was great, you know. It was my first pro fight in Puerto Rico, and I had all my family, all my friends, everybody supporting me, and it was great. We fought against some kids from Puerto Rico, and we was able to handle it. You know, we stopped in the 3rd round with a mean left hook to the body that he could never came up.
And let's see. Then you had your first big test, a pretty big test against Dat Nguyen. Again?
Yeah, you know.
Fought for your first title?
Yeah, it was my first nationalized TV fight on the eve for the Puerto Rican Day Parade. I became the first Puerto Rican non-champion to you know, have the main event for that type of, you know, of fights. And we proved it, you know. We proved that we belong in the big league. We outclassed that and went unanimous decision all across the board, and we're ready to be back at it on April 27th against Christopher Meyer.
How did you feel when you won your first title as a pro? How'd that feel to hold that title?
I mean, I can't tell you that it doesn't feel good. For me, it feels good. It's like a stepping stone, because my goal is to become a world champion. So, till I don't become a world champion, I'm not gonna be completely happy, you know. So I have a lot of work to do.
But in your last fight, you fought Jose Barranza. Did you feel his experience? He had a lot of fights. You know?
Yeah, tough customer. Tough customer. He's a guy that knows every single trick in the book, and he showed it that night. He made me work to the best of my abilities, and he made me use plan B. He made me move. He really made me use all the abilities that I had, and it was a great experience. And I know that because of that experience, we're gonna look more stronger, faster, and with more experience on April 27th.
Hold on 1 sec. I got my kids here. Hold on. My ex is coming to get them. 1 second. Is mommy here or no?
Yeah, this is very important. And I'm in my backpack.
Okay. So is that all you need?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a kiss goodbye. Give me a kiss, Lou. Love you. Okay, don't bounce it. Love you.
Doing an interview?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll see you later. Love you.
See you Friday.
So I'm gonna tell you I love him. I'll see you Friday.
He's gonna come down.
Okay. Lou.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Orlando. So you have your fight coming up with Chris Martin. What do you know about Chris Martin?
Well, Chris Martin is a great fighter, great defensive skills, and very good boxing abilities. And he likes to be on the move. He likes to box. He likes to counterpunch. He likes to utilize the ring to the best of his ability. And I have to come ready. I have to come ready to put the pressure on him. I have to make sure I cut the ring. I have to make sure I put enough pressure on him so I'll take advantage of it in the later rounds. This is going to be a fight where conditioning is going to be very important, and I have to make sure I step on the gas and earlier going so I can take his legs away from him and take him deep inside the fight. And then keep applying pressure, man. This is gonna be a fight where if I let him outbox me, it's gonna be a long night for me. But if I calm and I put the pressure that I need, it's gonna be a long night for him.
And how's training going now? You happy with where you are now?
Well, training is great. My trainer, which is my manager, Raymond Rivera, is doing an excellent job. He's pushing me to the limit. It's like, the relationship me and him have is different, man. It's unusual. It's like a father and son type relationship, and we all got a good chemistry together, and our nutritionist as well is in the team, Carlos Espinosa, and everything is everything is going. Everybody's doing their job, and we're ready to go. We're just waiting for 27 to come and give all the fans and the boxing world what they deserve. That is nothing but a great show.
Yeah. You on edge yet, or what kind of person are you when you're in training? Are you the same kind of person when you're not? When you have no fight coming up, or are you more aggressive? What kind of person are you?
I'm sorry?
What kind of person are you when you're in training and trying to make weight? Do you get a bad attitude, or what kind of...
No. I'm very happy. I'm a very happy person. I'm always laughing. I'm always joking, and I'm always in a good mood. Even when I'm cutting weight, I don't starve myself. I work hard. Right now, we still like almost 20 days for the fight, and yesterday I weighed out only 5 pounds overweight, and I'm eating. So I keep a good attitude. I'm always in the mood to train. I get my rest. I get the rest that I need for my training, and everybody's on the same page. And I'm not gonna tell you that we like a family. We have our up and downs, but that's what it's all about. And I'm just the same person you're gonna see in the gym. You're gonna see outside. But if you're in the ring with me, then it's a whole different story. I'm a whole different animal.
Yeah. And do you try to stay away from ladies, or do you try to just what kind of...
I'm very focused on my career. Right now, I don't have a girlfriend. But
yeah, it'd be hard in Puerto Rico. It would be hard for me in Puerto Rico.
Well, hey, you got friends. You go out, you spend time with your friends. You date here, you date there. No commitment, no strings attached. I'm focused on my career, and till I don't bump into one that really wants, best for me. So we're gonna continue on what I'm doing. So girls ain't no problem for me.
That's good, man. And what's it like being in Puerto Rico and having so much attention, and you're expected kind of to be one of the next champions?
I don't look for attention. I'm just a regular dude. I'm just a regular person. When I go to the boxing shows, I do get attention, pictures, people come to me, but this is my job, and I love to do that. I don't look for it, but people come, and I treat them like I know them forever, and that's just me. And when I'm home, I'm the type of person that it's all about family. I love to spend time with my family, and I love being around, my closest one, and that's what it's all about. You don't see me clubbing, coming home, drinking, all that stuff. I do go out with my friends, but I really pick my spot where I go, because at the same time I'm on my way up, and I have to make sure I keep. I'm a role model. I got a lot of kids look up to me, so I have to make sure I keep all those kids that look up to me, that I'm the clean cut. You know what I'm saying? So I do all my best to stay away from all the drama, trouble, stuff like that.
Do you have a lot of haters, or is everyone basically supportive?
Well, here too, I don't pay attention to it. If I do, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure that the ones that hate on me, they real close to me. So I'm the kind of guy that I kind of read in between that and all the people that say hi to me, but really he doesn't like me or don't want the best for me, but I can, in my heart, I can't have that kind of a grudge or pain. I wish the best to everybody, and if you don't like me, for no reason, it's up to you. I'm going to continue doing what I do best, and if you don't want the best for me, it's all right. If you need my help, you come call me. I'll help you, because that's just the way I am.
And how is it on the island when news is coming up about like a fighter like Juanma and he fights Salido there? What's it like there on the island when a fight like that's happening?
How it was?
Yeah, how is it?
How it was when Juanma lost?
When Juan Manuel Lopez fights Orlando Salido or anything like that, like what kind of attention does it get? Is it humongous?
Who?
When a big fight happens with a...
Oh yeah, no. When you could put two losers to fight each other anywhere, and people gonna stop and watch. So when they say boxing is gonna be over, it's gonna be on, people come, they show up, no matter where it is. And when a big fight like that comes around, they pack the place up. They really pack the place, and it's great. Puerto Rico, they support their fighters, and but they always have to, keep their composure at the same time. They have to keep their role model status that they are, because if they slack, Puerto Rican fans are I don't think they're the strictest fans that nowhere else than in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. And who's your top 5 Puerto Rican fighters of all time? Do you do that?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's no question asked. Felix Trinidad, that's my role model, that's my idol. And, I have the honor to say that I know him personally. And Tito is Tito is big, man. Tito is been retired a little over 5 years already. And wherever he goes, he stops the place. He goes to the place and people start screaming, Tito, Tito. When he goes to the mall, he too stop the mall, and he have to give autographs. He don't say no to nobody. And Tito is big, man. And I just, when he's with you, you don't feel like you're talking to Tito, like you're talking to a superstar, because he make you feel like you're the superstar. He's just, Tito, man, is like I say, he's my role model in and outside the ring.
And what kind of advice did he give you about boxing?
All the time that he tells me is about dedication, focusedness, and I keep aiming to my goal, and not using side of it, because if I want it, I gotta go get it.
How'd you hear about the fight with Vic Darchinyan?
Man, we're excited. We're ready to go. Can't wait for September 29th. We already started training camp. And, it's a big step up in competition, but we was born to do this. We were built for this, and September 29th, the world of boxing is going to be a new prospect soon to be a world champion on the making.
And you mentioned how it's a big step up. How ready do you think you are for someone as experienced as Vic is? Obviously, you think you're ready because you took the fight.
I am ready. I will be physically ready. We in the first phase of training camp. We will be ready coming to 29. But I've been mentally prepared for this. Ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be a boxer. I always wanted to be in the spotlight, and the time has come, and this is something that we've been working for a long time, and we've been ready.
You got the advantage of having to see Vic fight for so many years. In terms of Vic's skill set, you have to admit that he's a threat. What do you see as his strong points?
I'm sorry?
You have to admit that Vic is a threat. What do you see as his strong points?
He is definitely a threat, and everybody that step in the ring will be a threat. But Vic is a high threat. He got got the experience. He been there before. He done it before. It's gonna be just another regular day for him. But hey, this is what, like I said, this is what I've been working for, and big is, you know, it's just another step in the way, another stepping stone on the way for me to achieve my goal, that is to become a world champion.
And how about what makes Vic beatable? I'm sure that you sat and watched him fight and thought about what it's like to fight Vic. What did you imagine when you're imagining fighting Vic Darchinyan?
Well, they don't call him the Raging Bull for nothing, so I know he will be coming forward. He will be coming forward. He will be trying to put the pressure on me, and I'm gonna be prepared for that. And I'm also gonna be prepared in case you feel that you wanna box. You know, I'm the type of fighter that if you wanna box, I walk you down, I put pressure on you, and if you trying to bully me and trying to put pressure on me, I'll take you to school and I'll box you, kind of punch you, and I won't be prepared for whatever Vic brings to me. But watching him fight, I know he's gonna try to come and put the pressure on me in the early going, because I know in his mind he knows that I haven't find somebody else on his level, and he's gonna try to come and set the tone, and that's gonna be his mistake. And
you already started training for Vic. Are you going to train any different, any harder for this fight?
I mean, we preparing real aware who we fighting, but the way I look at it, this is just another fight. And we're training very hard. We're working on speed angles, and our counter punching game has to be on an eight game that night, because we're gonna use it. We really gonna need it, because Vic, like I say, he's gonna come forward, swinging wild, and try to bait me on the ropes and set the tone. But I'll be ready.
And do you feel ready to join that kind of group, like the Tito Trinidad and the Wilfredo Vasquez?
Eventually I will. You will see. I'm on a developmental stage right now, and we know we're gonna get there. We're gonna keep proving the world that we belong with the big boys.
Okay, so there you have it. Orlando Valle seems to be ready to make his mark on the sport, and he seems ready for Vic Darchinyan on September 29th. I want to thank Orlando Valle for taking time out to talk to me, and follow me on Twitter at Chris2Guns. Thank you.